Oh wait, you caught me in the act of practicing the minor pentatonic scale shapes. At least it's not a beer bottle to the head. That's a positive. Welcome to Brant B Guitar. Today we're going to talk about all of the minor pentatonic box shapes.
Yeah.
What we're doing today is, this is a minor pentatonic scale. So we're in the key of F because that's F. Now really what this is, derived from a major scale. 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. What that means is, here's the major scale. If we label that 1 through 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're making alterations from the major scale. So the flat means you're moving the note to the left. So 1, 2, 3. The minor pentatonic scale is like a chunked up major scale with some alterations. So there's the 3, we flat the 3, the 4, the 5th from the major scale. There's the 5th, 6th, there's the 7th, but we have to flat it. And back to 1. So if any of that didn't make sense, that's okay, because it doesn't have to, because really what it's all about now is we're taking that scale and we're creating patterns of that scale. So you're playing the same notes but in different positions. So the minor pentatonic comes from the blues, but it's any guitar solo that you hear, rock solo, blues solo, country solo. This is the main scale that's going to be used. So once you start knowing the shapes, then you start to see how these solos are created. Let me just give you an example. So here, that first scale shape I played, here's like a little riff. So if we go into the next scale shape, which is this, and we're going to go over these slowly. You can start seeing how box connects to box. And it's just so important to learn when you're soloing and learning, so you start to know where all of the notes lie. Okay, let's go right into it. There's 5 of them. We're going to start with the minor pentatonic. Index finger on the 1st of the low E. Pinky on the 4th of the low E. Index finger on the 1st of the A. Ring finger on the 3rd of the A. Now that shape stays the same on the D. It's going to stay the same on the G. Okay, now it changes here. Index on the 1st of the B. Pinky on the 4th of the B. Index on the 1st of the high E. And pinky on the 4th of the high E. Okay, so. Now the next shape is going to go where your pinky was. We're going to put your middle finger. Middle finger on the 4th of the low E. Pinky on the 6th of the low E. Index on the 3rd of the A. Pinky on the 6th of the A. Same shape on the next string. Index on the 3rd of the B. Ring middle finger on the 4th of the low E. Pinky on the 6th of the low E. Index on the 3rd of the A. Pinky on the 6th of the A. That same shape on the D string. Index on the 3rd of the G. Ring finger on the 5th of the G. Middle finger on the 4th of the B. Pinky on the 6th of the B. And that same shape on the high E. So what we have there . The third shape, so that shape you just played, where your pinky was, is where the next scale shapes start. Middle finger on the 6th of the low E, pinky on the 8th of the low E, that same shape on the next string. Same shape on the next string. Index on the 5th of the G. Pinky on the 8th of the G. Now index finger on the 6th of the B. Pinky on the 9th of the B. Index on the 6th of the high E. Ring finger on the 8th of the high E. Again, here's what you have. Okay, on to the 4th shape. So from that last shape, where your pinky was, the index is going to go. So I don't know if you guys noticed that every shape that you do, wherever the farthest finger, that's where the next shape will begin. Let me show you. Back from the beginning, right? Where your pinky is where the next one started. Where the pinky is where the next one started. Any idea where the next one's going to start? If you said where the pinky is, you are correct. Okay, so shape number 4, which is also one of my favorite shapes because it's very similar to the root shape, the first shape. And I'll give you an example of how I use this when playing or playing with other musicians. Okay, index on the 8th of the low E, pinky on the 11th of the low E. That shape's going to repeat on the A. Index on the 8th of the D. Ring finger on the 10th of the D. That shape's going to repeat on the G. Middle finger on the 9th of the B. Pinky on the 11th of the B. Index on the 8th of the high E. Pinky on the 11th. So that shape is kind of one of my favorites. Here, I'll just give you an example of practical use. So you're kind of, let's say you're jamming in this box. Well, I added an extra note in there. I didn't mean to. You're noodling around, then you're like, oh, I know this other box within that key, which is the one you just did. See, so it kind of shows you know what you're doing, and it works within the key. So it's a way of not getting stuck in one box pattern. And then eventually, once you start learning all these, you break the boxes. You stop thinking of boxes, and you can move horizontally and vertically. And you're free. You can go wherever you want. And then you stop thinking, and you just play. Okay, so one more box to learn. Okay, so let's go over that. Middle finger on the 11th of the low E, pinky on the 13th, same shape on the A string, index on the 10th of the D, pinky on the 13th, same shape on the G, middle finger on the 10th of the B, middle finger on the 11th of the B, pinky on the 13th, and the same shape on the high E. So we have this. Okay, and then see where the pinky is? That's where it repeats back to the first shape that you just did. That's the octave. What I recommend is on YouTube you can search F 12-bar blues backing track, and the 12-bar blues will go through, and you can kind of just practice playing the shapes with the music, and it will work. And then you'll start, maybe you can come up with something where, okay, I'm going to go to shape 1 and just practice shape 1 and 2. Maybe then you do 2 and 3. Then you can start to see how they connect. Then maybe you could go shape 1 to 4. Or you can get creative with it and come up with your own examples. So I hope this helps you with the minor pentatonic scale and demystifying the fretboard so you can navigate and you have a roadmap as where to go. So this is Brant B Guitar signing off. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you have any questions or comments, or you want to learn a certain song or technique, let me know.